Hey guys, this video we're going to be going over maybe 8 or 9 things that you could be doing to prepare for version 1.3, and I would recommend try to watch as much of the video as you can. Some things you probably are already doing, some things you might have missed. Regardless of if you're a beginner or endgame player, some things here may be useful to you. So the first thing we're going to start with is, if you did not know, we are going to have the Spider Dungeon coming in Abyss difficulty with the next update. So let's go see when the next update is. I think it's about 10 days. So we have 8 days, okay, less than a week from probably when you're seeing this video. That is a lot of time to make sure you're adequately prepared for the next update. So like I said, Abyss Spider Dungeon is coming, and part of that is making sure you have either Escanor or Meliodas built. So obviously probably by now most people have them built. That's nothing new, but just make sure you're aware of the weakness here. We have weakness element fire and darkness, and if you have greatsword Escanor or sword and shield, either of them are very good. And then longsword Meliodas. If you can't do it, consider joining my Discord. I'll probably be doing it, and then if I can help you I will. Otherwise, you know, we're just building a community. So that's the first thing. The Abyss Dungeon is coming, and off of that first thing, the second thing you want to do is start saving keys. Now again, I keep repeating this, but with the start of this game, obviously, you know, the key economy sucks, and every key that you use now that you don't need to use is basically a waste. So as you can see, I just converted all my keys, and then these ones in the shop I will go ahead and buy it later. Before the update drops, leave it in my mail, and then I will pick it up later. So if you are a pay-to-win player, make sure you buy this before the update. You don't need to use this right now if you already have the stuff from Galland and the Frozen Mines. Like I already have engraved sets that I need. So let me show you. If I go over to Daisy, I have her new set, and then if I go over to Escanor, I have his new set. I only made these once. You don't need to make them again. I'll go over this again later, but try to save your keys because they are probably going to be reworking some of the reward system. Probably is going to be new stuff added to the Abyss Dungeon for Frozen Mine. And you could probably expect to see some new gear in here. I don't really know for sure because we have 6 pieces in here, right? And then if I go over to Galland, I think he has 9 pieces. Let's go see. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he has 8 pieces. So I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to add new gear into the Abyss Spider Dungeon. And that's something you also want to be saving keys for. And there's also a new dungeon boss coming. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up on the screen here now. And she looks pretty fun. I mean, she's going to be like a hammer lady. She's going to try and hammer you. That sounds kind of wrong, but anyway, so she's probably going to be an event boss. I don't think she's going to be permanent, at least not for now. She could come back later, and so you want to have some keys set aside for that. So let me show you how many keys I have set aside. Of course, not everybody's going to have this. We have about 20 large cube key bundles. That's 1,000 keys, and then we have 500-ish here, and then we have a few hundred here as well. So overall, we're looking at 2,000 keys for the next update. Now, am I going to use all of these? No. I'm going to save some of them for the update after that, which is going to be 1.4 with the Dungeon of Tyrannus coming, and then you can expect it to have all 4 difficulties. So normal, hard, nightmare, hell, whatever, and then Abyss difficulty. So again, just have some future outlook about this matter because there's going to be a lot of changes coming. So if you plan to summon on Clotho, which I kind of would recommend, I think, she's going to be a wind DPS and then an ice support in one. So you don't need like, I mean, not that you would use Elaine and Jericho in one team, but she could probably replace them. So again, I don't know for sure. Of course, that's speculation. We don't know her kit, but as you can see, I have been preparing, and you're going to need 2 spell beads of cold because she has 2 ice weapons and then she has 1 wind weapon. So make sure as you're starting now. I'm already a little bit behind. I missed a couple days, but I will try and have 50 by the time she comes out, and then we are going to roll, see if we get perfect rolls. I'll have a video coming out on that when she does drop, if I can summon her. I don't know if I will be able to. I'm kind of broke, and I only have maybe 25 summons to try and get her. So as you can see, we're at 58 out of 80. If I can get her on that 80, that would be great. If not, I'm cooked. Maybe I'll spend some money. But if I get 1,000 subscribers, okay, by the time the update comes out, I will summon for her. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It would really help me out, more than you can imagine. Anyway, moving on to the second thing. You want to have the resources like XP, gear, and weapons built. Resources like XP, gear, and weapons saved up for the next update when Clotho does drop, or maybe we get new gear sets or a new system for gear. So as you can see, I've been saving a little bit. 130 is not really that much. That's like 1 full engraved set or maybe 5 or 6 gear pieces, but I have a lot of weapon enhanced stones. So if I wanted to level 50 some weapons, I could do that. But as you can see, I have like no gold. So I don't know how I'm going to get up there by the time the update drops, but you're looking to sit around 4 to 5 million gold every update. And I think that's a pretty comfortable place to be. And if I can get there, that'd be great. If not, we'll see. And then after that, we have another thing. So this is going to be also pretty major. You want to have a ton, and I mean a ton, of these things. Okay, so they are bringing some changes to the pet system. I don't know for sure what, but in the developer Q&A session, they were talking about you're going to need pets because of hinting, I don't really know, but most likely a dispatch or expedition system. So if you're someone who is slacking on pets like me, let me show you. Okay, if I can get out. If I go to my pets, okay, we have special codex. We only have 28 out of the 63 pets, so not even half. And some of these are really easy to get. So I could probably go and catch these in like a day. But so make sure you're farming this flower every day if you can. This is the main thing you want to be farming, because this you can catch up on. There's like 4 different epic flowers you can go catch in one day and then salvage them and you'll have enough. But this is basically limited, right? So make sure you're picking this up every day. You're making the blue rarity potion, and then you'll have probably a bunch of these. I don't think the legendary version is going to be coming, like craftable yet. Might be another update or two, but that's something you want to be prepared for. Have enough potions. Don't use them right now, in my opinion, because they said they're going to make some changes, and one of them is going to be just making it easier to use these. So if you miss or something, it's not going to count. That's one change they're going to be bringing, and then after that, there could be some other stuff I don't really know. But again, make sure you at least have these potions and then use them when the update drops. Now, after that, we're going to have to talk about engrave sets. So let me go over to Leonis. So here I am with a bunch of buff men, but you want to go to your engrave sets and you just want to craft what you need. So this one, right, I crafted once. I always craft one set of each armor if I really need something, but I'm not going to craft this again. You can see I have 8 belts, 8 jackets, 4 pants, and some just 1 boots. Maybe I'll craft it if I can, but I have to run the frozen mines a couple times. But you just want to make sure you do this once and then you don't do it again, because they hinted at certain changes coming to the gear system. So one thing is going to be probably you can upgrade your passive level. This is something they talked about. So if I go over to Escanor, go to his gear, we have level 1 passive, right? Now the current way to do it is make different sets and hope you get lucky, and then maybe roll a level 2 or level 3 passive. But with the update, I don't know if it's going to be this one or what version 1.5, but they're going to make it so there's an easier way to level up your passive or guarantee higher level passive, which is obviously a big W. And that for that reason, you want to hold on to the gear pieces that go into making engrave sets and not make those sets besides the one that you need for the first time. So as you can see, like I said, I made these once and I don't touch them after that. I just leveled them up to level 5. And then that system they'll keep, where you can just feed the level 5 into another piece, and that will also be upgraded to level 5. So that's something else. Then the other thing, on a similar vein, hold on to these gear pieces, because I don't know if they're going to convert over well. Now, maybe they could do something where you feed multiple pieces of gear in to get a higher level passive or better level of the gear. Instead of like 115, 120, you get 130, maybe. But because the improvements are coming, I would not risk it personally. Like, I'm not just telling you to do something that I myself am not doing. So hold on to these pieces if you don't really need to use them. Don't farm stuff again for now if you don't need them. If you want to get the new gear set, get 1 set of it. So if I go over to again my gear sets, we have like 2 earrings, 3 earrings, a necklace or 2, and then a ring or 2 of the new sets. So after that, I decided it's not worth farming. It's only 10% rate and it just sucks to farm. So yeah, hold on to those gear pieces. And then another thing again about gear is holding on to these remnants. So as you can see, we have 5. I got 2 basically for free, and then 3 I crafted. So these ones, again, I think they're going to bring some changes, and because the remnant is a legendary gear and we don't have anything higher than legendary right now, I don't think they're going to change it. So hold on to the remnants, and then maybe they'll bring some changes to the substat rerolling system, because again, that's just completely random, and I think they understand that randomness is not fun for anybody. Like even Grand Cross, you can minimize a lot of randomness, right? Just have to get a little bit lucky. But in this game, it's all luck and there's nothing else involved, which makes no sense, right? Why would you waste keys farming gear just to get something trash, and there goes like 200, 300, 400 keys down the drain? Because guess what? You made like 3 sets and you didn't get anything good. Also level 80 in the Hawk Pass, by the way. And so if you made it this far in the video, I'm sure you care a little bit about my opinion or my advice. So again, consider subscribing so you're notified when I make more videos. Other than that, I think that's everything I have for now to prepare for version 1.3. If I have new information, I will probably make a video or 2 about that. But other than that, if you're still looking to clear Abyss Gallant or the Frozen Mines, I'm going to put up the videos I use for teams for both of them that make it pretty easy, and I would recommend checking them out to gain at least some sort of perspective on how you can clear them. So until next time, guys.